Your Bluetooth isn't broken. Your earbuds, your car, your speaker, they're all crammed into the most overcrowded lane in wireless, and your own body might be the thing blocking them. You know the moment. The song drops out at the same corner of your commute. One earbud goes quiet on a run. The kitchen speaker stutters mid-recipe. Same glitch, different gadget. And it's almost never the gadget. Bluetooth lives at 2.4 gigahertz, unlicensed spectrum, which means nobody needs permission to transmit there. Well, it's the junk drawer of the airwaves. Your Wi-Fi is shouting in the same room. So are wireless mice, baby monitors, and the microwave down the hall, which happens to scream at exactly 245 gigahertz. Bluetooth has to thread a signal through all of that. Here's the part nobody tells you. Bluetooth is weak on purpose. While the chip in your earbuds transmits at around 2.5 milliwatts, your Wi-Fi rotor is allowed to push dozens of times more power. That weakness is a feature. It saves your battery, but it also means the signal has almost no muscle to punch through walls, or a wall of competing noise. Now, the weird one, your body. 2.4 gigahertz is the same frequency a microwave uses to heat water, and you're basically a bag of water. Your body doesn't cook, but it soaks up the signal. The classic killer: phone in your back left pocket, earbud in your right ear. The Bluetooth signal now has to travel straight through you. That's why the audio steadies the second you pull the phone out. You just removed the wall, and the wall was you. Bluetooth does fight back. It hops more than 1,000 times a second across dozens of tiny channels, and it's smart enough to map which ones are jammed and avoid them. It's called adaptive frequency hopping, and it's clever, but there's a limit. When the whole band is saturated, a packed cafe, an apartment stacked with rotors, there are no clean channels left to hop to. You can't dodge a room that's noise from wall to wall. When packets don't make it, you don't get static, you get silence. Your earbuds hold a tiny buffer, a fraction of a second of audio. When the signal drops, that buffer drains, and the gap is the stutter you hear. That's also why a hidden USB 3 hard drive or a cheap cable can wreck your audio. Those leak radio noise right in Bluetooth's lane. So, here's what actually helps. 1. Keep the phone on the same side as the earbud and out of your back pocket. Line of sight beats body weight. 2. Close the distance and lose the walls. Bluetooth wants under about 30 feet with nothing solid in between. 3. Thin out the 2.4 gigahertz traffic. Move your Wi-Fi and streaming gear onto the 5 gigahertz band, and keep your dongle away from USB 3 ports and hard drives. 4. In the car, the head unit's antenna is fixed, so put the phone up in a cradle, not buried in the console. And if none of that works, stop blaming the air. If it cuts out everywhere, quiet room, open field, no Wi-Fi for miles. The problem is the hardware, a failing battery, a bad pairing, or firmware that needs an update. Interference is location-shaped. A device that's broken is broken everywhere. One prediction, and blame the cat, not anyone else. This only gets worse. Every new smart bulb, doorbell, and tracker piles into the same 2.4 gigahertz room. The fixes you just learned won't go out of date. Same crowded room is why your Wi-Fi keeps dropping too. I broke that fight down in the video linked below, plus the one on what your microwave really does to your signal. Smart Cat watches the whole band so you don't have to. Links below.